I'm very happy to see that the pardon attorney, Ed Martin, is very clear that if the not only are illicit signatures on pardons an indication that these pardons are not valid, but just as important, if anybody abused the power of the auto pen, they need to be tried and convicted and sent away. And he is determined to do it. I was listening to James Comer, the congressman, talking about oversight on this matter. Comer was responding to Trump, and Trump, of course, is all over this. Here's Trump. Other than the rigged presidential election of 2020, i.e. 2,000 mules, the biggest scandal in American history is the auto pen. And Trump goes on to make the point that not only is the auto pen being used without Joe Biden's knowledge in the name of Joe Biden, but even more, that the auto pen is used to do things that Joe Biden himself would never have done. Trump gives the example. He goes, I don't think Joe Biden wanted to open up the border like this, but other people did. And so they did it using his name and using his, quote, pen. But the point that James Comer was making is that, look, we kind of know who are the people who were manipulating the auto pen. So, for example, we know that the auto pen was controlled by the kind of core staff. People like Ron Klain, he was Biden's chief of staff. Anita Dunn, a left-wing, almost a communist. Bob Bauer. These are some of the names of the auto pensters or auto penmen or penwomen, if you want to put it that way. Very interestingly, in the last couple of days, Project Veritas did a kind of hit or secret recording of David Hogg, and he identified Jill Biden's chief of staff, Anthony Bernal, as one of the key figures, in fact, a shadowy figure wielding a lot of power in the Biden White House and power over the auto pen. Somewhat on a different track, I saw David Sachs on Fox, and David Sachs was saying Elizabeth Warren, at least on banking, matters of banking and finance and cryptocurrency, she was the one wielding the auto pen. Now, I don't think David Sachs is saying that Elizabeth Warren was handling the auto pen or was the one presiding over the mechanics of the auto pen. I think what he's getting at, and this may really be a key question, who is directing the use of the auto pen? In other words, it's not a matter of who in the White House is turning on the power, making sure the document is properly inserted, reviewing it. Who is telling those guys what to do? This is, I think, why Comer is going to need to haul these people before Congress and extract out of them the information. Who was the one telling you what to do? Who opened the border? Who made the decisions on Afghanistan? Who are the people who decided to pardon the January 6th committee? Who directed people to sign that pardon using the auto pen? So once again, it's not just the foot soldiers on the auto pen. It is the Wizard of Oz, the wizard himself, the man behind the curtain or the men behind the curtain. Could it be Obama? Could it be someone also delegated by Obama? Who really has been running the country for the past 4 years? I think we have the right to know.